past decades, amid the Cold War and the fear of an uncertain future, some of the greatest scientific minds of the Western world and the Soviet Union were competing against each other. A competition that could change not only the fate of nations, but possibly the fate of humanity. This story comes from one of these projects, a project that was given the name Chronos. A project whose goal was nothing less than manipulating time. Project Chronos, which began in the 1960s at one of the most secretive laboratories in the United States, sought to find a way to travel through time. The scientists involved in this project delved into the possibilities of altering the course of time, changing historical events, and even preventing the outbreak of global wars. The primary goal of the project was to build a time device capable of not only going into the past, but also predicting the future. At the time, this seemed like an entirely impossible idea, but the team behind Project Chronos believed they were getting close. The project was led by Dr. James Carter, a brilliant physicist who had previously worked on various scientific projects and was driven by the idea of achieving groundbreaking discoveries. Dr. Carter, deeply influenced by quantum physics, decided to explore the possibility of transforming time into something more than a mere straight line. The initial experiments of Project Chronos began at a research center in Arizona. At first, the team focused on studying and experimenting with powerful magnetic fields and their effects on subatomic particles. Their hope was that by manipulating these fields, they could eventually manipulate the flow of time itself. They built their first experimental device, a conical machine that generated a powerful magnetic field at its core. The goal was to send a pulse of time backward for a brief moment. With each experiment, the device made small changes in the flow of time, but these changes were not yet observable. Then one day during experiment, the device unexpectedly activated, and one of the particles briefly traveled backward in time. This moment, which came to be known as 0 hour, marked the beginning of a major breakthrough. But after this discovery, things began to go awry. Later experiments, meant to strengthen the device, started producing unforeseen results. In one of the tests, the device not only affected particles, but also had strange effects on the surrounding environment. Team members began experiencing bizarre occurrences. One researcher reported that at one point, they found themselves in a different time and place, accidentally entering a different version of the laboratory. This laboratory, however, looked slightly different, and time seemed to flow differently there. Reports emerged from other researchers who claimed they had suddenly traveled back in time and had witnessed glimpses of the past. These phenomena gradually increased, and with each experiment, new issues arose. In 1968, after years of experiments and mounting complications, Project Chronos was abruptly and mysteriously shut down. Laboratory records vanished, and team members were pressured to stay away from the media and the public. This sudden halt raised many questions. Had the project really been shut down, or was it merely a cover-up to keep the truth hidden? Some team members even disappeared, and since then there's been no trace of them. After these events, numerous theories about Project Chronos began to circulate. Some believe that the project secretly continued, and its devices are still operational. Others argue that it led to breakthroughs in creating time rifts. Some even point to evidence suggesting that members of the team may have appeared in different times and places. Could Project Chronos still be active? And if so, will we ever uncover the truth about it? Will we one day discover that time is not what we perceive it to be? Will time travel ever become a reality for humanity? Or perhaps all of this is simply a part of a story we may never truly uncover. In the world of science and fiction, the boundaries of reality are always blurred. If Project Chronos was real, it may one day be recognized as one of humanity's greatest achievements. But until then, the project will remain hidden in the shadows,